Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Rummer, and this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. This is my first ever playthrough of Trials and Tribulations, and we're going to talk to Viola about the head bandage. I'm so interested to hear what she has to say about all this now, really am.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure.
Oh, really?
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million bucks?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh? So maybe it wasn't too serious, but it still would have, you still would have had to save her life, but, I don't know. It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poison case somehow.
Compensation. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he held me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather.
Oh no, I'm gonna... She's clearly she has, she's one of those people that, people have only given her the time of day because they know about her grandfather. That sucks.
But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What I did to get the money was evil.
Stop crying, can we get her a tissue? He said it was all for me. By the way, actually, you can cry all you want, but I just want to make sure that you, are getting it out of your system and not just, you know what I mean? Crying is okay. If you need to cry anyone at home, no matter who you are, let it out. Let it out, no matter where you are.
He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cavarini granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
I don't know, I like this case quite a bit. And, here's the thing. It's gonna be near impossible to top the second case that we had. That second case was incredible. It was one of my... It's definitely top 3 at least in Ace Attorney. I think it might be top 2. That is definitely, in the high up there. Viola's medical papers. A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year. But the thing is, I will say, is that, this case isn't, it's clearly one of those cases, kind of like Turnabout Big Top as well. To me, that is one of those cases you need to kind of make, it's not as, not as serious or not as if you get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say it's really hard for me to put into words because I'm I don't want to say this case is less good, but it's, to me, the other one case is it's so hard to top. But I still like this case. I still like this case quite a bit. I don't know, I like it. Here we go. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? Oh, Maya's crying too. There are two things that I consider excusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? He's, having a bit of a... He's having a bit of a... moment. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, but, Nick is clearly feeling, emotional about this because... he remembers Dahlia. You know what I mean? And that, stuff can, stick in it, which is crazy. Dahlia is coming back up again in a way, but, it's... That stuff doesn't leave you. Betrayal and poisoning, 2 things that I'm and I didn't even think about that for a while. This case is gonna hit so close to home for Phoenix. We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Okay, I don't think we should throw away evidence. I really don't. But hey, I'll trust you. But yeah, it is kind of I don't know. It is kind of sad, I suppose. It is kind of sad. So, Vitamin Square. Have you come back to Tribien yet? Like, yeah, I don't know. I just think that's like a really good way to call back to it as well. Have a case that's like directly related to Phoenix. Something that will hit so close to home and then they can actually get emotional. Those times when Phoenix does get emotional are really good as well. Okay, finally, he's probably back. January 7th, Tribien. Hey, bonjour. I've been waiting for you to return.
Mr. Armstrong.
Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to... Oh, sorry. I'm again, it happens sometimes. Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you, fellas. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Fun little piece of information. I knew that tigers and dragons were, like, at odds in Japanese culture. But the tiger and the dragon fighting on the screen this, first of all, is amazing. But the phoenix is known as the dragon, I think, instead of a phoenix in Japan. But also what's really cool, and I think it's good to look at this, the tiger has the exact same expression on his face right now that Tigre does. Which I think is so cool. And Phoenix is like, I guess, representing the dragon. Who you callin' Zinneope? That's how you pronounce it? Ah! Come out from under the table already, Maya. Yeah, you're not scaring Maya. I'll square up to you. I may not be tough, but you're not scaring Maya. You ain't scaring Maya. Come on, then. Okay, hand it over. How about you apologize to Maya? Well, maybe we'll have a conversation then, huh? Huh? Come on. Let's go outside. You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers. Now, how about I don't do that? Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cavadarini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cavadarini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Okay, now you just insulted 2 of my best friends. You just want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only your face. Oh, dude, what the hell? I'm gonna tell, what's his name again? Brute. I'm gonna tell on you. I'm gonna tell Bruto. I couldn't remember his name exactly. She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the 1 million to use to pay this off. It all makes sense. He must have taken the MC Bomber virus to sell it for 1 million. And that's why it was on his desk. Dude, I am saying this right now with 100% certainty. This case, right? You scared Maya, right? You're throwing your weight around here. You're lying to a character who, like, honestly, I think is very cool and is, like, really hurt emotionally. You've killed someone who is already down on their luck, and you tried to frame Maggie at the same time, Tigre. I'm saying this to you now. I will never have more satisfaction putting someone away than I will with you. Thank you. See you tomorrow, buddy. No, we should have left it there with my line. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Oh, no. Oui. Mr. Armstrong? Forgive me, désolé. I cannot argue with him. That really hurt. Is that all you've got? I'll be taking those papers now. Did you hit Phoenix? Armstrong, oh my god, what is happening? Wait. Don't take it too hard, Phoenix Wright. That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. What could you have done? Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal. Are you serious, Gumshoe? Yes! Yes! Yes, Gumshoe! The detective! What happened? Oh, no, big buddy, you're all big and strong. Stand up like a tiger. What happened? You think you're gonna stop me, Kappa? Beat it. Whoa. Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? I'm thinking of like an old cartoon, The Things I Do for Love. Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Oh my god, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. Oh, she's still under the table. Come on, Maya. Oh my god, Gumshoe. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with Gumshoe. This game, you better not hurt Gumshoe either, because that's 3 of my friends you hurt, and that's not happening. This is gonna be so satisfying putting this guy away if we can. Tenderlender is going down. Yes, Phoenix. To be continued. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want to put this guy away so much. Oh my god. Okay. This actually, okay, you know what? This might become one of my more favorite trials. January 8th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Sorry, Maggie. If you give me a second here, I'm still reeling from the fact that the guy who loves you is the coolest hero in the history of the world. So if you give me a second, I'll calm down 1 second. Okay, I think I'm good. Good morning, Maggie. I'm smiling from ear to ear. This is so cool.
So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery.
That's true.
And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, of course. I saw the little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination. Why don't I believe you?
It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going. To the defendant's seat.
Roger, don't let me down.
So I guess we're gonna not let her down as best we can. Hey, pal.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that.
How did you know she was stressed?
Yeah, how did you know she was stressed?
Huh? If you didn't know her personally, huh?
Sorry, guys. I'm in such a giddy mood. I'm sorry. I was watching through the doorway. Oh. Oh no, I mean, I thought yeah, okay. I thought he meant like internally. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help.
Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me they don't remember this thing.
Oh, yeah, the bottle, yes, what's in it? Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles.
This is a small bottle that turned up in Trabian's kitchen a couple of days ago.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Wait. Could Gumshoe I know, by the way, I understand that like one cop's testimony isn't always like airtight, but couldn't Gumshoe, like, us say it and Maya say it all together? Couldn't we say that they attacked us, but they're probably going to use the angle that he's close to, that he likes Maggie, but also at the same time they're going to use the angle that like we have something to gain from saying that. Oh, the aromatherapy, yeah, we remember this. Wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all you people out there can get Made Maya again. There you go. There's Made Maya. Well, do you it's back. Well done, guys. It doesn't have a label either, and it doesn't smell. We finally got analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? That was the game totally telling all the Made Maya fans. Hey, it's okay. There you go. There's Made Maya again. So, what is it? Is it poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Medication?
Yeah, for... What? Why would he take the person's medication? He took the person's... That's the medication. Of course. Why didn't we think of that? I guess we would... I don't know. Maybe you guys thought of that already. For ears, you mean? Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum.
What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen?
Small bottle were filed into court. The victim's ear medicine was found in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... That's going to weaken the impact of this piece of evidence. I'm pretty sure that we could probably get grounds with the judge, well maybe, I don't know, to like delay the court case for like an hour or two. Hey, we have a vital piece, like I'm pretty sure if you went to a court and said, hey, Your Honor, we have a vital piece of evidence, it is going to be big on this case, it will be massive, can you give us an hour or two? Maybe suspend the court until tomorrow or something like that, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say all this stuff is true or that stuff even happens. But I think that like could be something, you know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Okay, I got it. Today's trial. I'm going to expose that guy for what he's done. Or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. I'm so itching to do this. January 8, 10 a.m. District Court, not court number 4. And of course it's Godot. I'm sorry. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. I'm buzzing. I'm so buzzing. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked up with his left hand.
Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions in a single case can have. Huh, Nick? Huh. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. I'm gonna take you down. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You've lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
Are you implying that you resolve these contradictions?
You know the answer to these riddles. The old guy wasn't just throwing seeds in here, he was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it.
Very well, let the first witness take the stand.
Who is it? Oh no, I am going to pressure you. And you are?
Oh, bonjour everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner of Head Chef at Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté.
The outfit from behind as well. He's sticking out his butt.
Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman?
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la pert and perky gentleman, non? So, yeah, okay, yeah. On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? Was you, monsieur? Everything feels right. Huh. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened the day at Tribulations.
We volunteers. Oh god, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough, especially with two guys clearly working together as well. When it all happened, there were just two customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decor that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? Oh, he's setting some stuff up here. Oui, un grand mirror, la most enormous mirror. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front.
What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
At très bien. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. Let's press. And who were the 2 customers exactly? Me, of course, la young man who died. And la other, not so young man. We know this isn't true at this point though, right? We know this isn't true. Because of what Maggie said.
You're referring to yesterday's witness, I presume.
What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence before we can bring him up, don't we? We do. I guess I'll just say, I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decor that day. Press? You were experimenting with art deco? How come I never heard about that before today? Yeah, he never said a thing. You're not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago.
Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decoture?
No, art deco. It's a style design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior designs, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing.
Oh yes, of course. That's deco.
I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor. Like having a large mirror between la tables, for example. Again, like, the thing is, I think that he's bull crapping me all the way here. I really do. So I want to press every single thing that I can. And I genuinely mean that. And like, that's not me trying to be mean to this guy, but I'm like, I can't. I don't believe a thing he says right now. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Woof. Something about 4 meters wide and we about 2 meters high. Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. No, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo and Maggie Bird's testimonies. But... No, wait a second, Godot. Wait a second. But... He's right, kind of. You didn't ask right, you only had yourself to blame for such sloppy work. He's kind of right, which is kind of annoying. What? A mirror was delivered to Très Bien on the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And it turns out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even a mirror was delivered to Très Bien. And it doesn't prove that it was the restaurant on the day, that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Huh. If you want to doubt someone, try it. Look in the mirror. I'm sure that person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in the mirror.
Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. I'm pressing this too. Again, I think that everything he is saying... Normally, I expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. I agree. Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, trite. Even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Godot, that is like the furthest thing from what I said. I'm saying that it would be a common occurrence or common sense that someone would look in a mirror and know still the difference between left and right in most situations. Unless they never lived with a mirror, that's a bit different. But everyone knows that in a mirror, things are reflected. Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? Top-knot chick, okay, Maya, let's jump him. Let's jump him after the court. And that ungodly cool guy with the mask over there. Well, trite. Ah! Not the hair. I do not have a top knot. Maya, we're jumping him after this. It's fine. We're getting him outside court.
Mr. Godot is correct. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Bien, logic as one lade. Like couple A piercing glasses, he would have seen everything in reverse, non? Let's press this as well. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for pressing everything, guys. I really am. I usually wouldn't do this, but I feel like these situations are a bit different when this person is saying the whole testimony from start to finish to me is one big fib. Like maybe like they did get a new mirror, but like they're adding testimony here that wasn't here before. Everything. He would have seen everything in reverse. This is the most important one though. Hey Nick, we should take a second and think about what old C said in his testimony. How do you phrase it again?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs.
That's not a reflection then.
No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup with his left hand.
Then everything he said on the left was actually on the right, huh? And that clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? It doesn't. Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of the mirror, but... You think old CD saw everything through a reflection? No... I don't. And this is the reason why. He said the earpiece was on the same eye, but it's still here in the left eye. He's completely wrong about this. If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. But that just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's got to be something in that old man's testimony. We've just got to dig deeper. I agree. Let's dig deeper. There's something I want to talk to you about, buddy. Sorry, I went too far. There's something I want to talk to you about, buddy. Second try. Can I ask you something? The coffee cup, the earpiece. Sorry guys, I had to go away just in this for a second in the middle of an objection. I've never had to do that before. The earpiece, the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt.
So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in the mirror. It means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. You see, Monso, now that you think about it, it's not so, non? No. Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in the mirror, why is that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Yeah, buddy?
Order. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness generally observed the victim reflected in the mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Come on, give me something then, Godot. Tell me something. Come on. How bitter. Trite, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume? I broke the vase. Sorry, apology left. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has no one grievous habit other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddle his mind makes it. Okay then. Here's the thing though. If you're arguing that he saw this earpiece in his ear and you're trying to... But I thought he was trying to argue that his contradictions were like solved with the mirror. So this kind of removes all of his... He's gone again. His whole testimony's out the window if you do this again. And what's most striking about this, Mr. Elg?
Clearly it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. But here's the thing though. We can only argue what we have, right? You can't argue that someone's mind gets muddled just because they got some stuff wrong. Like, you can argue that his testimony means nothing and we can't add it to the court. But you can't argue that, like... To suit your needs, his testimony meant this. That's like someone in court saying like, I saw the killer on Saturday, and then they go on like, on Saturday evening, and they go, well, it actually was nighttime. Oh, damn. And then later on in court being like, well, they actually meant Saturday morning. And it's like, you can't just warp it. You can't just warp it to mean what you want it to mean. You can't do that. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on the left ear. Do you hear his left ear? Huh. Well, Trite, here's the thing. Godot is a good lawyer. He has some good points sometimes. I completely disagree with that point. I completely think that point is just not even worth, like, acknowledging. I think it should actually be, like, we should have had an objection. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was OC for a minute there. Godot's good.
Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash and most percent.
I agree he was... Okay, I'm sorry for getting too crazy into this. But I agree he was rash. I agree his testimony can't be taken seriously. But at the same time, the problem I have is that then we can't just warp it to fit whatever we want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, what we can say is his testimony was irresponsible. It didn't mean anything. But the mirror stuff... let me explain it before people like try to correct me here as well. Because I know people will be like, that's what Godot's arguing. But I think the problem I have is that like... Yes, it's a contradiction. Yes, it is like a big contradiction. But they were just trying to argue that this is why the contradiction actually makes sense and why he actually saw an earpiece in his ear. But then he twists around and says, well, actually, this is what he meant, if you get what I'm saying. If I'm getting this wrong, please let me know, and I'll 100% be okay to be wrong with this. 100%. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction found is just a rash. I think his... For now... A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds. Nor can a lie. I think for now his testimony should not mean anything. The only part that we should be talking about is that he was told to leave for a while. So what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. Wait, I just don't understand. God, by the way, guys, I know this is like this is what they do. The pressure's on us to explain this. But like, if we're saying that his testimony gets jumbled, why do we even care about what he was looking at that point? Because he can't testify about that. We guess we can testify what he was looking at. I can explain, please, if you look at the plans of the restaurant. Okay, here we go again, the mirror. But I guess this is all to prove the mirror as well. Again, sorry for getting so worked up about it, guys. It's just something that I'm kind of like, I don't know. Our lords, is everyone sitting comfortably? La Mir, it was in the middle of the restaurant, so it was here. Okay. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. That does make kind of sense. That was the seat at the table next to the victims, that where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved La Mir so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victim, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this. Wait a second, can I see it? Is that actually the quote? Can I see that once again for a second, sir? Hold on a second now. Do we not have it? Is it going to be added to the court now? We can keep up. Except for the guy breaking out in the cold and sweat over there again.
I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteers, of course.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please.
Can we not get an image of that again, or will they show us again at this point? Because I would definitely like to look at it again. Is it there and I just can't see it? Hold on a sec. I want to see if we can see it here. I guess we can't. I guess we'll press this as well. So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would have been in the way. Look who's talking, Trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But, this is my seat in the courtroom. Trabian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would have hardly been in the way. Unlike you, Trite. I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was here in the middle of the restaurant. There was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of a victim. I guess, like, the thing is, like, right now we're getting to a time where, like, if you guys think I shouldn't be pressing every single statement, but I think this guy's just fibbing over and over again. And where would that be? Ooh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once. I attract the older ones too, you know. Handsome. Shall I tease you too? What are you doing? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. I bet she has a mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. I feel like what's happening now as well is, like, even though, like, Armstrong calls himself a dude as well, I think it's actually kind of like Maya's kind of like seeing what Armstrong was saying, like, was inside. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's really cool. I think she's like, it makes her character like a little bit more interesting as well, how she reacts to everything. Bien, I will tell you, there is only one seat from which you could have seen. That was the seat at the table next to the victim. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. So we have a bunch of stuff here. That was the seat that the table to the victim that was sitting, where the old man was sitting. Let's press this as well. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Mais, monsieur, it is obvious, non? If you look at the plans, you will understand. Here it is. Okay. Right. So, okay. How could... Wait a second. If the kitchen's over here, how could you have seen the and if there was another person sitting in that seat? Over there? I guess you could have looked in the mirror, but, like, look at the way it's reacted, like it's targeting here. If you were sitting in the table next to him, you would have seen everything, none? So that's the seat old C was sitting in on the other day, when the poisoning happened. The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd? Since I'm not entirely sure what we're going to present here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the last few statements, and then we'll try and figure out something after that. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement, I carried it out of la restaurant then. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself? What can I say? I know how to pick up things, and some. Kudo actually laughed at something. Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Yeah, I totally believe he could carry it. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? Look, I look like the obliging type, non? But naturally, I did not touch anything else. I do not believe you because of the medicine. The medicine. The medicine. Also, we could probably take a look at the crime scene photo as well, which might be a good idea. Wait, here's the floor plans. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we have an image of the floor plans just without the mirror. We also have the crime scene photo. Okay. Yeah, it's not, like, again, like we said before, it's not going to give us a total amount of information because he's not sitting there. It's not like we're going to find something there. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Let's press this anyway. Are you sure about that? I touched nothing except the mirror. What about the medicine?
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene?
Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Huh. Suffering from a case of heartburn, Trite? Oh, I was just a thing for that. An oil with golden... You go away! And a few drops of your coffee and voila, enjoy. Focus, Phoenix, breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence. It's pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You think someone would have, but Maggie didn't and neither did old CD. Yes, Maya, you are amazing. And the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Now I just gotta prove it somehow. Yeah. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna end the video here. We're gonna come back and we're gonna try and figure out something else about this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.